Welcome to ForeverFit.tv, your online source for fitness, nutrition and lifestyle. With your host, Nicola Riley, personal trainer, nutrition and lifestyle coach. Here to help you get in the best shape of your life.
Did you know that zinc is antiviral? It aids in vitamin A conversion, HCl production, and plays a really crucial role in carb metabolism. It's also antagonistic to the free radicals and is important for bone growth and healing. A cofactor for activating thymic factor, and it also has a huge role in our immune system. Zinc can be found in oysters, lamb, beef, eggs, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cacao, Brazil nuts and cashews. So I thought I would start off this episode talking about some of the books that I've been reading, and I thought I'd go back. So I actually read this book a wee while ago, but it's such an amazing book and I just think everybody should read it. It's called E Squared and it's by Pam Grant, and it's all about manifesting what you want in life and how when you do manifest things and how your thoughts can create your reality. And it has these 8 experiments inside the book, and one of the first experiments is just awesome. It tells you to picture like butterflies, and so for the next 48 hours it gives you this experiment of butterflies, picturing butterflies. And so then what happens, because you've thought about this and you've written down I'm going to see butterflies, over the next 48 hours, that's exactly what you notice, is you start to notice butterflies everywhere. And then it has like another experiment where you picture like yellow or cream cars, and then you notice that these yellow and cream cars are coming into your life. And the reason that, like, the thing that blew us away, because Ben read this book as well and found it so cool, and it just keeps popping up into our life. We're just like, oh, whoa, we've just manifested that. How cool is that? So we went shopping for a car. We were looking for Suzuki Swifts, and we went, did all our research on cars, and we were comparing like a Toyota to what was the other one we're looking at? Oh, Nissan Titas, like just a little small get around car, and the Suzuki Swifts. And so we did all our research, went around all the car dealers and tried all the different ones out. And then, when you are looking at cars and then all you see on the road is those cars. And so now, honestly, I just see so many Suzuki Swifts on the road, and grey Suzuki Swifts exactly like our car. But before we actually started looking for them, we, you never even noticed them on the road. And so this is kind of what this book is about, how when you start to bring into your life certain things, you start to attract more things like that, and you start to notice, because you're only actually taking so much of what is out there, and it's up to you what you decide to take in. So this is on a small scale giving you experiments of how you can bring into your life what you want and how you can manifest things, and it's just got these really cool experiments of life. It's kind of based on like The Secret book, but it's a much more simplified modern version of that, and it's just really powerful. So I got it off Amazon, so check that book out if you want a great weekend read to be inspired and motivated. So what's new this week? I have just done a really detailed basically I started this weekend with a wee experiment on myself where I wanted to find out if I could in fact have legumes, because legumes are one of those foods that I cut out of my diet because they're quite high inflammatory, and I had my leaky gut and digestive problems, so they were out of my system for 2 years, and I just wanted to know whether or not I could have like hummus every now and then, or if I could have chickpeas once a week, or if I could have just the odd legume, just to see what my body would do. So I did a wee experiment where I got organic chickpeas. I prepared them completely traditionally. They got soaked, they got cooked slowly, they everything got done with them absolutely perfectly, so that I was removing lectins out of them, I was removing all the inflammatory properties, and then I was basically seeing whether or not my body could tolerate them. And I wrote about this all in the online gym and tell you the lowdown and my view on legumes and what I found out about them. The other thing I wrote about in the online gym this week is supplements. What supplements we are missing in our diet. So what vitamins we're missing in our diet, and what foods and certain supplements that you want to add to your diet to make sure you're getting these crucial vitamins and nutrients into your food each day, because there are some crucial nutrients that we are missing, and there are some simple foods and supplements that you can take to help increase your vitality and your energy and things like that. So make sure you check out that post there. Supplements and vitamins that we need in our diet. Also done a really cool HIIT workout. This is nice and simple. I used full body weight, just filmed it out in the park. Real great short routine. You can do it with no equipment in your lounge. Just got the body feeling really good. And then a nice long power yoga as well. So I'm loving doing the longer power yogas. Just personally, I just really love putting that time aside to really nurture my body and create energy while giving my body strength as well. So if you are starting out with yoga, start out with the short routine. Start out with just the 8 minutes sun salutation sort of routine first thing in the morning, and just notice how great your body feels. And then over time, you're going to really start just to want to take that further and want to take it longer and start to challenge yourself with some more strength and more challenging poses. But if you were to just think, a longer power yoga, I haven't got time, I haven't got energy, then you are not going to do it. But when you start to just add some yoga into your life and you start to add in just nice short routines, this is when you're going to start to get the feel for it and understand the power that yoga has on your health and what it can do for your body. So try out the short ones first, and if you have been doing them for a while, give these longer ones a go, and we're just going to keep challenging and stepping this body up to another level, because I'm on a mission just to create health and energy and vitality, and power yoga is part of that, so loving it. The other thing that I put out there to all the online gym members is whether or not they were after some meal plans, and whether or not meal plans would help them in the online gym, and also meal plans that accompanied programs. And so this got me thinking along the like what I can add to the online gyms to add just more information in there to help you out. And so I am going to be adding in some meal plans, some specific sort of foods to be eating, and just giving you real kind of guidelines of what exactly to eat. And so it just makes life simple for you, because that's what it's all about. Is sometimes we can have all this information and we just don't know what to do next. So we're doing that, and then really excited about this is I'm doing an online boot camp. So this is starting on April the 14th, and so with this boot camp comes the nutrition program and the complete workouts as well. So make sure this is just free for all online gym members, so it's just available. It's another program going in, and basically it's 5 weeks nutrition workouts every week, and you're just going to be able to take your training up to another notch. So if you've been looking for something just to kick into, or you've done one of the other programs in the online gym, then this is the perfect thing to get your focus ready before we hit winter over this side of the world. I've then also done some new videos as well, so these are on YouTube and also on the website. First video was all about the scale of wellness. This is something that I find so powerful, so please make sure you watch this, because this is kind of what Forever Fit is all about. So many people go through life just feeling okay, and I want to help you feel amazing. I want to help you create extraordinary health, and I want to help you create vitality and energy and real health and wellness. And so many of us just hover around that okay, and we might have symptoms that kind of cause us to go get some supplements, or cause us to go get something else, but we just sort of hover around feeling okay. And this video explains what my mission is and what I want to help you do, because everybody uses no time as an excuse, and uses I just haven't got enough hours in the day, I haven't got enough, there's just not enough time for me to do anything. And while this is a great excuse, Yeah, it's an excuse, but we all use it, so I'm bad enough at using it as well. But basically what I've learned is that it's not about time, it's about energy. What we don't have is enough energy and vitality to be able to use our time wisely. And so instead of, I can't help you get more time in your day, nobody can. Time is something that's completely out of control, but what I can do is help you get more energy and get more vitality so that you're able to use your time more wisely. And so this is something that just wanting to teach, like this is the whole Forever Fit thing, is about teaching you how to create real health from the inside out so that you have more energy, more vitality, and so you are feeling extraordinary, so that you are motivated to exercise and you're motivated just to feel good, you're motivated to make the right decisions and just to get really healthy. So check out that Scale of Wellness video that's on the website and on YouTube as well. And then also I've done a video all about kombucha, which I'm going to talk about in today's podcast as well, because kombucha is something that sounds a bit odd if you have never heard of it, but it's a really powerful food source that you can add into your day. So for today's topic, I thought I would talk about understanding your own biology. This is basically a lot directed towards females, but males need to understand their own biology as well. But this is really important because we females have a natural cycle. You know, it happens every month. We have our menstrual cycle, and we have our hormones vary over the month, and our energy varies over the month, our emotions vary over the month. And one of the most powerful things that you can do is start to own your own biology and understand your own patterns, and start to look for patterns within what happens in a month and just start to record it, because we give ourselves a hard time because every month we might start a routine and we might start a new fitness regime, and then come that time of the month we get shattered, we get cravings, we get exhausted, we get emotional, we get moody, we fall off track, and then we just feel like we're repeating the same pattern every single month, and we blame it on ourselves that we aren't good enough because we can't stick to something. But this is where it comes into understanding that your body goes through cycles and how you can take control of those cycles and stay in control of your health instead of just doing this whole yo-yo effect every single month. And so we want to look for patterns, and this is where you need to get yourself a notebook or a diary, and you need to start to take note of what happens that's going on. So you need to first start with managing your lifestyle and managing your diet, because you need to manage all aspects of your health, because your hormones are affected by your gut health, your hormones are affected by your lifestyle, your hormones are affected by high allergen foods, they're affected by wheat, dairy, they're affected by sugar. So you need to make sure that you're removing all the crap out of your diet and that you are nourishing your body with really amazing food so that you are stabilizing your natural hormonal rhythm and you're bringing it back to base camp. Because what we've done is we've eaten a whole lot of modern foods that are all packaged and processed. We've taken antibiotics, we've taken all these things that have disrupted our gut health, that have disrupted our hormone health, and then we're constantly trying to fight this rhythm, but then we're throwing things at it that are constantly just taking it off this base camp natural rhythm that your body wants to be at. So what you need to do first get yourself back to health. Get yourself back to real health so that you can understand your own biology and your body's own natural rhythms. And you've got to remove toxins from your diet as well, because a toxic liver, if you're eating junk food and chemicals and you're putting chemicals on your skin, your liver's getting congested, it's going to affect your hormone health as well. So bring yourself back to base camp, get healthy, eat real foods, and then start to understand what goes on each month, because the pattern will be exactly the same every month. The more healthier you get, the more in pattern you will get, and the more rhythmical it will get, and you'll start to notice things that go on. You also want to make sure that you are like supplementing with the right things. So if you have got some hormone imbalances and you've been eating really good quality food, this is where you work with like an FDN practitioner like myself, or you work with somebody else in your area. But FDN I can do online as well, so I can help you wherever you are. And this is where we understand where your hormones are sitting at the moment, and we find supplements that are right for you to bring your hormones back into balance if they are out of balance and the food's not helping. So for 80% of the population, cleaning up their diet, removing toxins, getting everything right helps bring them back to real health, and that's okay. But for 20% of the people, sometimes they need the help of good quality supplements to bring them back to base camp, to bring them back to health, and to bring them back to feeling good and their hormones all back in balance. And so this is where testing, not guessing, and this is where the whole FDN comes in, to make sure that we bring you back to that natural rhythm. So if you need help, just check out that on my website under FDN practitioner. So once you've got your health back and you're starting to notice patterns, because you've got your diary happening, and what you do is you write down every month when your cycle's happening. So you write down the day it starts, the day it finishes, write down how you're feeling leading up to it, the days you feel grumpy, the days you feel depressed, the days you feel moody, the days you're craving fats, the days you're craving carbs. Just start to write down as much as you possibly can so you can get a really good understanding of what's going on in your body. Don't judge yourself for it, don't look too much into it, but just start to write down month to month, day to day, everything that's going on. And this might be overkill, but this is so powerful. And to me, we put too much trust. We're the society that we look for somebody to go to get answers, and just to say, this is what you need to take, this is what's going to fix your problem. We have stopped taking ownership of our own bodies, and we've stopped taking ownership of understanding our own biology. And so this is what I want you to start to take the control back and start to understand your own body, so that when the time is right, you then do go to the doctor when you actually need to go to the doctor. So you're not going to the doctor just because you are you're eating junk food, you're feeling like crap, you've got skin problems. These are the kind of things that you need to fix yourself, and you need to get in control of your own body. You need to be eating really good quality food. You need to make sure you're exercising, getting sunlight. This is health, and this is what we've lost track of. And so this is what I want you to start to come back to. So bringing everything back into balance and starting to understand your own body and what happens on each day, like mentally. You want to also make sure that you're getting a really good night's sleep as well, and getting really well nourished. So for me personally, I know that about day 20, day 22, I start to crave food in general. And if I don't get my sleep right, and I don't get enough, like the balance right in my day, like I'm not getting it, if I spend too much time at the computer or things like that, at about day 24, I'm going to really crave carbohydrates, and I start to feel quite moody and like frustrated and things like that, and snappy. So these are things that I know that happens month to month. It always happens around day 20 or day 24. Like, I know exactly what's going to happen on those days, and I acknowledge that that's happening, and then I start to put things in place so that I can deal with it, basically. So if I start to crave carbohydrates, I'm going to make sure that I first nourish my body with lots of nutrients so that it feels really good. So this is where, instead of reaching for those carbs, I'm going to make myself a super green, rich smoothie with good quality fats in it. And I'll go pick some vegetables out of the garden. I'll go put some like cucumber in there. I'll put like half an avocado in there. I'll put a spirulina powder in there. And so when I'm craving that food, I'm instead going to nourish my body with amazing nutrients and really good quality fats, because hormones need fats. And so when you do this, you're providing your body with this, and you're going to remove those sugar cravings as well. And then when I'm feeling, the other thing to understand is that at that time of the month as well, your body goes through changes, and your body does become weaker because hormonally things are going on. And so you need to make sure that you You don't put extra stress on your body at this time. It's huge what the body's going through, so you need to make sure that you have, you adjust your training accordingly. So for the first 15 days of the month for me, I feel incredible. I'm feeling absolutely awesome. I snap into my training. I'm going hardcore. Everything's going fantastic. And then the next 10 days after that, I start to go at about 70%. I'm slowing down a little. I'm not as pumped up about things, but I put things in place to make sure that I keep going. I put strategies in place. I make sure that I've got routines in place. I get motivation in place. And it's at this time of the month that those kind of things really need to pull through for me. And so that's where I make sure I've got them all there and feeling really good. And then there's going to be days of the month where you're just feeling like you just feel rubbish. You've got negative thoughts going on. You're feeling just a bit sort of sorry for yourself, or you just sort of want to hide away. And these are where you acknowledge that that's happening. You acknowledge that that's the time of the month. Your hormones have changed. They've fluctuated. And so this is where you want to nourish that as well. And it might just mean that you need to curl up with a good book and just go through that phase. But the key here is what I want to get through is that don't beat yourself up that this is a repeat cycle. This is what your body's going through, and the key is to understand what your body goes through, because the more you mess up your health, and the more you mess up your natural circadian rhythms, and the more you mess up your sugar levels, your blood sugar levels, the worse this cycle is going to be. So when you're feeling healthy and when you're in control of your health, you're going to have a really good understanding of what goes on. You're going to be able to move through. There's going to be days where you feel a bit flat and you feel a bit kind of meh, but you're going to just be able to get on with it. But if you are constantly throwing stuff at your body and your body isn't healthy, the worse these fluctuations are going to be. So the place to start is that you first have to get your health right from the ground up, from the inside out. You have to manage all aspects, remove the toxins, remove the high-allergen foods, nourish that body with amazing nutrient-dense foods so that it feels fantastic and so that you can regulate your natural monthly cycles. Then you need to know what happens each day, like use things on certain days to help you get in the right mindset. And that, like at the first part of your cycle, you might be feeling awesome, and so these kind of mantras might not do anything, but when you get them as habits and you get them in routine, they are what are going to pull you through on those other days when you're feeling a bit flat and slow and sluggish. So there's certain things you can do, like I've mentioned before, my morning walk, that I love it for the first 15 days of the month. But then for the last, those other 10 days that you're feeling pretty flat or sluggish, I have to haul myself out to make sure I do it. But when I get that light on my body, I'm out on the track walking, I've got the dog there, she's off sprinting around, and I've got the podcast on, this is what turns you from feeling flat and a bit yuck into feeling good. Then it's making sure you get real nourishing food onto your body, and you start to have these little routines in place that are able to pull you out of feeling sorry for yourself and able to pull you out of feeling flat, and they're able to start to help you feel really good. So there's so many signals that come from your body, and sometimes it's really hard to know whether or not this is premenstrual, whether or not this is cravings. And the key for you to understand is what these signals are. Are they wired in? And are they like wired? I can't say wired. Are they wired into you? Wild. Are they stuck in you month to month? Like, is this a repeat thing that just happens for you every single month? And in most cases, and in most women, this is what's happening month to month, and you have to acknowledge this, and you have to not beat yourself up for it. You have to understand that your body goes through natural cycles, and what your goal is to make this natural cycle your own, to own it, to make it the least disruptive as possible. Because like I said, the more stuff you throw at your life, the stress you throw at your life, the more you mess up your lifestyle with wrong foods and sugar and blood sugar highs and junk food and lack of sleep, the more this natural cycle is just going to throw terrible stuff back at you. So start to take ownership of what exactly goes on in your body every single month, and then start to put strategies in place so that you can own that natural rhythm, and you can use things to pay attention to it and to move through it month to month. The other thing to understand is that at certain times of the month your body needs more sleep and it needs less stressful situations. So if, for example, you lead a really stressful job, or say you're training for an event, you want to try and avoid the really stressful, exhaustive situations right near the end of the month. So you're going to notice when you start to record down what happens month to month, you're going to notice that near the end of the month you're going to be noticeably more tired, you're going to be noticeably weaker, you're going to notice that your body's just not feeling as good as what it does at the start of the month. And so when you start to understand this, you're going to be able to start to manipulate situations so that you can peak, or you can put things in at the right time of the month. And if you can't, then if you can't change appointments, or you can't change situations, that's when you can do things to adapt and to adjust things in your life so that you can better what's the word? I can't even think of the word. Better cope with these situations. So my take home for you on this topic is I start to really take ownership of exactly what's going on to your own body. Work out, is there a recurring thing that happens month to month? How can you adjust your diet, your lifestyle? How can you adjust things that are going on in your life to make this recurring theme not as dramatic? And how can you use this recurring theme each month as a way to grow, as a way to get stronger, as a way to get to know your body even more? Because if there's something that's happening month to month, if you find that every month you go up and you go down and you try a new thing and then you crash and you burn, this is something that you need to pay attention to, because if this is happening every single month, and it's been happening every single month, and it's just this recurring thing that keeps going on, your body's telling you something, and so this is telling you pretty loud, and so this is where you want to just start to get really intelligent about what's going on in your body, and just start to manage your own life, your own body, and start to take really good control of it. The other thing as well is when we get massive cravings at the time of the month, this is something that cravings are a sign that your body is either, number one, intolerant to the food that it's craving, because quite often when people cut out dairy and sugar, they get these cravings that they just need dairy and sugar, and that's your body naturally detoxing, but it's also your body messing with your mind and telling you that it needs that food that's giving it that endorphin kick. And so understanding when you do cut those things out, and when you get the really good clean platform, and when you're leading a day-to-day life that you don't have cravings because you've cleaned up your health, you've cleaned up your diet, and then you start to notice that at times of the month you do get cravings, that's when you're starting to really master your body. And this is where it's okay, my body's craving, what does it need? It needs nutrients and it needs nourishment at this time. So I'm going to provide my body with nutrients and nourishment right now. And so this is where you're going to be able to add into your day this most amazing meal. You're going to add in smoothies, you might add in a big green juice, or there's going to be things that you are going to be able to put in place and understand this is what my body needs, and you're going to be able to become a real master of your body. instead of just living day to day, month to month, and beating yourself up because you sort of you're not quite knowing what's going on in your body, and you seem to keep doing this recurring pattern. So just getting ownership and learning exactly what's going on in that body of yours. Hey, the other thing I wanted to talk to you today about was kombucha. So kombucha, if you haven't heard of it, is this fermented tea basically, and it's like a soury fizzy drink, and it's a natural probiotic that is absolutely amazing for your body, for your gut, for your digestive system. Has really huge health benefits, and it's something that I have gotten into the habit to. It's taken me a while, and with like anything that I talk about, I'm encouraging you just to always just do one new habit at a time. One new thing that you change. And if the first thing that you change is cutting gluten out, then cut the gluten out, get that into your life, and make that really simple. If I was to say cut gluten out, get fermented foods in there, get kombucha in there, change your sleep, exercise, all this is just like, whoa, this is too much, and nothing happens. I have been on a journey of creating real health for a while now, and it's only now that I'm starting to add in like kombucha. It's something that I've kind of added in, and I've dabbled in every now and then, and it sort of turns up into my life for a week or a month. But now it's every Sunday I make my big jar of kombucha, and it's something that is just, I miss now if I don't do it. It's in my life, it's every day, kombucha's in there, and it's fantastic. But this has taken a while just to get it into my habit and get it into there. So it is a fantastic thing for you to add, but it's like I said, make sure that you add in these things one at a time. Just get habits into your life and just keep adding cool things into your life so that you're getting all the health benefits from it. And this is why I want to talk about kombucha, is because it has got amazing benefits. And if you're ready to dabble into it, then I highly recommend it. So what kombucha is it basically, like, it doesn't cure anything, but what it does is it helps the body naturally detoxify, and helps to bring the body back into balance so that your immune system can heal, so that your digestive gut can heal, and so that your body can be back at that normal, like, base camp, what I was talking about. So by bringing your immune system back into normality, by reducing toxins, by getting your liver working well, by getting your hormones balanced, this is what's going to help with like your natural cycle that I was talking about before. The problem is we're surrounded with like toxins, and our body just can't handle all the rubbish that we're throwing with it, and so we're getting all these autoimmune conditions that are turning up, and all of this is compromising our immune system. So then we're getting flus and colds and viruses and allergies, skin problems, gut problems. We're just getting sick. But the other thing as well is that people think like the common cold and the skin problems and all that list I just said before are normal. So people then just go take something for that, and they, the symptoms go away, and they carry on with their life until it comes back again. The job of what the message I'm trying to get across is that it's about creating that vitality and about creating extraordinary health, so that you don't get sick, so that you don't get symptoms, and so that you just feel amazing all the time. And so how this relates to kombucha is by drinking kombucha, you're naturally starting to balance out your body, and it's like a gradual detoxification, so you're allowing your body to come back to that balance naturally. So for so many people, they've got, especially if you're an online gym member, you might have done the nutrition and lifestyle questionnaire, and you notice that you scored really high in the detoxification. And so if you did, kombucha is going to help with you to bring that back down. So say you're getting your food right, you're getting your nutrition right, you're getting your exercise coming in, but you still want to bring your detoxification scores down, you're still wanting to get your body healthy, or you might have like brain fog, you just sort of feel a bit fatigued, adrenal fatigue maybe, and you're just wanting to start to add some more things into your life to help with that detoxification, help you get even more healthier. So kombucha helps like improve digestion, it helps make you feel good, and it helps remove the cravings because of the healthy probiotics that it's doing. It also helps to clean the liver, and why this is important is because serotonin, which is your hormone that makes you really like happy, this comes from your digestion and comes from your liver as well. And so if you have a congested liver and your liver's feeling sluggish, you're not going to feel good. You're going to feel depressed, you're going to have brain fog, and you're just going to feel pretty rubbish, and you most probably got skin problems as well at the same time. So kombucha is a natural way to help you detoxify your liver really gently, help bring your immune system back down, help get your liver filtering, and help remove toxins out of your body. And that helps, and it does it with like really small doses, just naturally detoxifying the liver and gently allowing your body to naturally detox without some huge like die-off or come downs of what some detox systems can do. It also helps prevent candida, which is huge. Candida is something that so many people have an overgrowth on. And some people think that kombucha contains yeast, and because of the sugar that kombucha starts with, they think that it can have some side effects with candida. But the thing is, when you make kombucha, so kombucha is basically, like I said, it's a fermented tea, and you start kombucha by using sugar. I use coconut sugar in it, and over the period of 7 to 21 days, it ferments, and the SCOBY, which is the symbiotic culture of yeast, which is this live bacteria that sits and ferments the tea, this eats up the sugar. And so by the time you come to drink it, there's actually very little sugar in there, and there's huge, amazing probiotic benefits from this drink. And so the candida, that is the type of yeast that's in our body naturally, is different to the yeast that comes out of kombucha. And if you think about it like as a natural balance of the two, so when you're getting drinking the kombucha, the good probiotics coming in from that is actually helping you dilute the bad candida in your body. It's also helping to balance the bacteria, and because when we're consuming all those antibiotics and painkillers and fake foods, we're creating this gut dysbiosis and allowing the bad candida to overgrow. So this is why so many people crave sugar, and why so many people just got this constant need to eat sweet food. This is like this candida overgrowth, and the more sugar you eat, the more you feed your candida, and the more you're going to want it. Because candida, every single person has candida in their body, but what you want to do is bring that balance back, so the candida is not thriving and living and just messing with your brain. Because the more of an overgrowth of candida you've got, the more you're just not going to be able to get into control of your health, because it's just going to be telling you, I need to be eating, I need to have sugar. You're going to have sugar highs and lows because that's what you're reaching for. And so just by starting to add in some really good fermented kombucha, you're going to help start to get all the beneficial acids that come from that, and those beneficial acids help calm down the overgrowth of candida, and also can help suppress it as well and just shut down the bad ones. So the thing to understand as well is that it's not expensive to make. You simply are fermenting tea with sugar. So I had this big massive jar. I actually bought it from Mitre 10 Mega. It's got a little tap on it. It's like, I don't know, 30 centimetres high, with a tap, a cool lid. It just looks really like vintagey. I just love it. And I brew up 3 litres of green tea. So for 3 litres of water, I put in 6 tablespoons of loose leaf organic green tea with 1 cup of coconut sugar. That then just boils up, brews. I leave it on the stove and I let it cool down. Then, as soon as it's cooled down, all I simply do is I put it in this jar. This jar has got a SCOBY in it, and so the SCOBY is what you need to get your hands on. And so this is where you can buy them online. There's lots of websites that sell them, and there's the organic shop in Cameron Road in Tauranga sells them now as well. And if you've got a friend making kombucha, so if you live locally to me or you're catching up with me, just you can grab kombuchas of friends and you just share it, and everybody starts drinking kombucha and makes this big kombucha family. So it's not hard to get hold of it, or just put it into Google, and I'm sure you'll find somewhere local that has it, and you can get a hold of one. So all you do is you take your cooled down green tea mixture, you sieve it out and pour it into your big jar. The SCOBY sits on top, and you cover it up, and you literally leave it for 7 days. And the cool thing to do at the start of doing this is first taste your tea as soon as you've made it. So as soon as it's boiled, it's cooled down, taste it, and it'll be this really sickly sweet tea. And then at the end of 7 days, it's going to be the sour, slightly fizzy tea, that was fizzy drink. And so that's where you get to understand how this kombucha, this SCOBY, has eaten up the sugar, and it's fermented this amazing probiotic beneficial drink that's going to do amazing things for your body. And so all I do every Sunday is I simply make another 3 litres of tea. It takes 5 seconds to make. I pour the kombucha into jars and I put them in the fridge, and then I've got a new batch brewing for the next month, and there's every week I have got 3 litres of kombucha to sit through throughout the day. And the cool thing about that is that once you've fermented it and you're putting it in your jars, you simply then add flavours to it. So I've been putting orange slices in one of them. I've been putting blueberries and lime into another one, and then I've been putting cinnamon sticks and some vanilla into another one. And I have these 3 amazing drinks that I just drink, and mid-morning is when I have it. And so I've got mine mid-morning here because it's mid-morning right now, and so I'm sipping on my kombucha, and it just gives you this sense of well-being. It's, if I get cravings mid-morning, this is something that I'll just have instead of that, and it literally within seconds my craving's gone, I feel energized, and you just have this really amazing feeling of health when you drink it. So you might get nervous making it the first time, and you might just feel a little bit odd, and the first time you see a SCOBY you'll think, oh my gosh, what is this? But just give it a go, and you'll just be so stoked that you did it, and you're just bringing kombucha into your life. And it's a really powerful drink to start to do it. And it's, like I said, it's a slow process, so don't expect miracles to happen within a few weeks. Kombucha and adding this into your life, you'll notice cravings will disappear when you are drinking it, but then it's over time. It's a gradual process that this is naturally working to naturally enhance your body's detoxification, and it's just a really powerful food to add into that. So your SCOBY is, like I said, it's a symbiotic culture of yeast. That's what the letters stand for. And it's like this symbiotic cells that have built this structure, this cellular structure. So the thing with a SCOBY is they're constantly reproducing. So when you buy one, it's like this white slimy thing, and it will be like the size of a jar, the diameter of a jar, sort of whatever it was in last will be that size. But as you ferment, it like doubles in size, and it keeps doubles, and it multiplies, and it keeps growing. So this is where you give off your SCOBYs to other people, or you start to, you split them off, and you can start to make different batches, and you can start to add more, and you can ferment them, and you can leave them for longer. Ideally, it's like 7 days, depending on the temperature of where you live, is the fermentation time, but you can leave them up to 21 days as well. It just gets more sour, and the longer you leave it, the less sugar that's going to be in it as well. So I just go on that routine of every 7 days, because that works into my life, and that's how I do it, and I like the taste of it on the 7 days too. So that's because when you so the longer you brew it, the less sugar it has. So it does contain a little bit of sugar that's left in it, but the way the fermentation works is that as soon as you get the SCOBY into the sugary tea, it literally within seconds starts to ferment the sugar. And it does this by splitting the sugar down, and it does this by turning what sugar is sucrose, and it turns it into fructose and glucose, and then the sugar gets fermented by the yeast and starts to create carbon dioxide and methanol. And this is where the bacteria start to come in and consume the ethanol and start to turn it into really healthy, beneficial acids for your gut. Some people think that like kombucha contains too much sugar, but like I said, the more you ferment it, the less sugar that will be in there, and just do that little taste test. So when you first make it, taste how disgustingly sweet it is, and I wouldn't even have any of that, and then after 7 days you'll just notice it's just a really nice refreshing drink. And you can like literally double your batches. The more you get into fermentation, the more you'll be producing, and yeah, the more tea you'll be able to make, and you can start giving it to people. So kombucha is like a live probiotic. It's containing live food and gives your body fuel that it needs to detoxify. There are over 500 different types of bacteria that live in our bodies. And so when you get live foods and variety into your diet, you're starting to get the bacteria as part of a real food diet. Often when we're taking just probiotic pills, we're not getting enough of the bacteria that our body needs. And so we need to constantly, if you're taking probiotics, you also need to be adding real food, fermented foods into your diet as well, to make sure that you're getting enough beneficial bacteria to help repopulate your gut, to help remove cravings, to help bring your body back. So making sure that you're getting enough of that into your diet is really crucial as well. I have kombucha 2 or 3 times a day, and it's like a small glass full, and so I have it mid-morning. I'll have it I have it first thing in the morning. The best way to understand whether or not kombucha is going to do good things for you is to have it on an empty stomach, have it first thing in the morning, and just notice kombucha will change your mood like anything, especially if you're really low in serotonin, which is your happy hormone. It literally will just make you feel good within seconds of having it. And so if you are somebody who is struggling with cravings and sugar highs and lows and things like that, then kombucha could be something that's really powerful. If you haven't tried it and you aren't brave enough to make it yourself, you can buy it. There's companies in New Zealand I know that sell online. You can buy big boxes of it and just get it delivered to your house, and there's also like the organic store I know that stock it as well, but it can be expensive, so completely up to you. It's just like anything that you can make it yourself, save yourself a fortune, or you can buy it as well. So I challenge you to add some kombucha to your life and see if it starts to make a difference, because it is really powerful, and I love it. And like I said, it's taken me a while to get it into my routine, but I'm so happy that it's in there now, because now I just don't even think about it. It just gets made once a week with my big pot of bone broth, and that's just everything. That it's just so nice to have those 2 things in the fridge every week just to have, and it's making a huge difference to how I feel and just everything. So now I thought I'd answer question of the day. So, hey Nicola, I'm having an injury. I keep having an issue with injuries and consistency of my training. I start off great guns, and then I always about 4 to 5 weeks into the season I get injured. Anything from knees, ankles, Achilles. Do you have any advice for me this time round that I could do to help prevent injuries? Is there any food supplements or anything like that? So I guess this kind of comes back to a little bit about what I was talking about at the start, is understanding your own biology and saying that it kind of consistently happens. And so if something's consistently happening, you need to ask yourself why this is consistently happening. First thing to understand is that muscle strength is much faster to develop than ligament strength. For any muscle injury that you have, it takes 7 to 10 times longer for any ligament damage to repair. So if you've strained a muscle versus straining a ligament, your muscle's going to recover 7 to 10 times faster than what your ligament is. I think it's 7 times faster. I can't quite remember the amount, but you get the idea. It recovers much faster, and also muscles develop strength much faster than what ligaments do. And so what so many people do is they go out and they start a running routine, or they might start CrossFit, they might start this new exercise regime, and they go great guns. They are feeling awesome. They go flat tack, and then they just start to increase the intensity. They start to increase the distance, and they just start to go full noise. But what they've got to understand is that, 4 weeks ago, they were doing nothing in comparison to what they're asking their body to do now. And so even though your muscle strength and your fitness may have improved, your ligaments and your joints haven't, because they take much longer to develop. This is where, strength training and people who are training professionally, they take years to develop, allow their muscles and their ligaments to develop that type of coping mechanism, to develop the fitness and the strength, to be able to cope with the demands. We go out, so many people go out and they just thrash their body straight off, and they might, it might be touch season, and they're just suddenly out there just sprinting, turning, and the body hasn't done anything all winter. So getting out of that mindset of season to season, and just starting to create real health, starting to allow your body to be functionally fit all of the time, so that when it does come to training for something, you have that consistency, you have that consistent strength, your ligament strength is as strong as your muscle strength, your fitness is up there. So this is where you want to get yourself a program that is really consistent and is about a maintenance and making sure that you're maintaining your fitness, and so that you can get periodization put in where you peak your performance, where you can up the intensity, but your body's prepared for that and you're doing it in a gradual way. So many people try and do it within 4 to 6 weeks. A proper strength periodization program might be 12, 16, 18, 24 weeks, where it's not until like that 20th week where they actually start to really up the intensity. So understanding first about the ligament strength versus muscle strength, and this is where so many people get injured, is they just go straight out running, they go straight out into doing some high intensity work, and they don't allow the body to adapt to that, and they don't do any stretching or any sort of work to help balance the body out. So this is where general fitness, well-being, a well-rounded life and functional program is going to help you with this, and making sure that you're building up your strength as well, because I'm not sure what sort of training you're doing, but if you're not doing any sort of strength training or any stretching to help counterbalance any imbalances, then of course you're going to get injured, because you aren't getting the biodynamics happening, you're not getting really good movement happening through what you're doing. So that's the first thing to understand. The other thing as well is the types of food you're eating. If you're eating foods that cause inflammation and causing like your joints and muscles to ache, so this is like your gluten, dairy, understanding food intolerances, sugar, processed food, eating too many toxins, all these kind of things are going to affect how well your joints and your ligaments are working, and as well how quickly they recover. So a little strain or something that you may say, you are out running and you may just tweak an injury on a rock. If you're eating a food that's really a high inflammation diet, then that's going to cause that little niggly injury to get worse and get worse, because your body's not going to be able to deal with it. So you want to make sure you're getting plenty of like omega-3s into your diet, good quality fats, lots of low inflammatory foods, so removing all those high inflammatory foods out of your diet. Also things like foam rolling. This is a really good self-care sort of massage, help release tight areas. So this is something that I do daily, just getting right into my quads, my thighs, my glutes, and just foam rolling. And inside the online gym I've got all the videos on how to do that, and this just helps to prevent injuries, makes you feel really good. It's a natural detoxification, gets the blood flowing, and it's just an all-round good, easy, simple way to self-care and keep your body injury-free. And then also, like I said, strength training and yoga training as well, so making sure that you are balancing out any imbalances. And then make sure you get hold of a really good physio to help you with this, because this is something that I don't know what's going on. You might have some alignment issues happening that are causing you to keep getting injured. So first look at look at why this is happening, repeatedly happening. Check your food's right, your sleep's right, your lifestyle's right, get a balanced program happening, and get hold of a really good physio so that you can make sure that you aren't imbalanced, that you might have muscles that aren't strong enough to cope with what you're asking of it. So make sure you do all that. So I hope that has helped. Okay, so another question is, hey Nicola, are there any fat burner supplements out there that you would recommend? So first I want to kind of ask, like, what's the purpose of this and why on earth would you want to be taking a fat burner? Most people think of like weight loss is something that has to happen, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, it has to happen in a really short time frame, and they're willing to take a supplement or to take a pill to kind of fix this. And the thing to understand is that no diet, no supplement, no pill or no supplement is going to be able to help you burn fat if you've got a crap diet. Excuse my French. So it just doesn't work. So you want to make sure that you are, number one, getting your diet right so that you're getting a healthy body, you're getting your body balanced, and you're bringing itself back to that state of wellness, that base camp where your body is naturally working the way it's supposed to be working. The other thing is that so often when somebody comes to me about weight loss or comes to me about a certain supplement, these are so often people that have really messed up adrenals, and they're somebody that just has everything out of whack. They've just been, they're working too hard, they're not getting enough sleep, they're living off caffeine, their food's really rubbish, and the body's just screaming for health, and it wants to be healthy, but this person's reaching for something like a fat burner to try to bring them back. And the worst thing that this person can do is take a fat burner, because it's just going to mess even more with their hormones and mess even more with their cravings, and they're going to end up worse on the other side. So it's normal to want to get your body feeling healthier, get your body feeling leaner, but it's first to understand is why are you searching for a fat burner in the first place, and why do you want to be why is your body overweight in the first place? So you need to make sure that you're getting the right foods in, so that you're first getting yourself back to that health, and it is then when your body is healthy that you're going to be able to burn fat. You cannot burn fat right and keep that body fat off if you do it the wrong way. The other thing as well is that you need to make sure that you're building strength as well. So in order to burn body fat, you need to make sure you're getting enough good quality muscle happening in your body. This is lean muscle that's going to help. You're going to increase your metabolism, and you're going to be able to feel stronger, and your body's just going to be able to burn your body fat as well. So there is, on the market in terms of fat burners, there's none that I would recommend, because with anything, it's about making sure that you create really good health from the inside out. You're building your health up, and that when you do that from the inside out, you're going to balance out your hormones. If a stressed body has high cortisol, or high cortisol levels can help cause pregnenolone steal, which makes your body steal estrogen, which makes your body mess up your testosterone, your melatonin, your progesterone levels. And all these things, when they're messed up, this is what causes you to put on weight, to hold weight. And you can count calories all you like, you can exercise all you like, but your body is in this hormonal cocktail, and it can't get out of it unless you get your food right in the first place, and that you get your lifestyle right, unless you get your natural circadian rhythms right. So build health first, and then your body will just be burning body fat. So bring it back to that base camp, bring it back to optimal health, and then just think of ways that you can create extraordinary health from that base camp. Hey, I hope that has provided you with lots of motivation and insights for your week. If you have got any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and make sure, if you haven't already, sign up to my newsletter, get weekly updates of everything that's been going on at Forever Fit, from all the podcasts, the VIP blog posts, the online gym, everything that's been going. And make sure you sign up to the online gym, an amazing community with over 400 workouts. nutrition help from me. You can do the online nutrition and lifestyle questionnaires, and I can help you personally with your diet, help you achieve that real health, and just help work with you to find ways that you can get your body feeling really healthy. Hey, so until next week, have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you really soon.